Live from New York Tronic City, it's Wearable Electronics with your host, Becky Stern.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Thanks for that delightful intro, Collin.
Hey.
It's September
emotion here.
September 23rd here in New York City. We're live with me as co-host extraordinaire Collin Cunningham. What's on today's show, Collin?
Lots of stuff.
Such as?
Okay, fine. Wearable Wednesday. We're going to be covering some blindingly great
Fashion Week coverage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, so you want to know the next thing too?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Well,
I want to know all of what's going to be on today's show.
Our component of the week is light blue.
It's the light blue bean Bluetooth
Shaped sort of like a bean.
module, controller,
or
Arduino
like a
platform.
capsule. Kind of like try two-tone capsule.
Mm-hmm.
We're also going to be putting a spotlight on a certain material.
This would be conductive PLA 3D printing filament from Protopasta.
And we will be dealing with some Q's and some A's.
If you have wearable electronics questions, you can ask them now in the comments or on any YouTube video, Google Plus event page, or on the Adafruit blog or on Twitter, and I'll gather them up and queue them up for a future show, which will enable you to be eligible for the show's giveaway. Today we are giving away a copy of my book, Getting Started with Adafruit Flora, co-authored with Tyler Cooper.
An excellent prize. And another prize, just for watching today's show, is our discount code, MakerFair, all one word, and that will get you 10% off anything in the Adafruit store, excluding gift certificates and software.
Yes, so, I didn't remember my clothes parentheses. There's always something that goes wrong with that. Check it out.
It's more open-ended that way.
Open, but the code is not open-ended. It is only for items in the store that are not gift certificates or software.
Right, of course, good. I'm just going to jump right ahead.
Yeah, great.
To Wearable Wednesday, which is today. What a coincidence.
Every Wednesday is Wearable Wednesday on the Adafruit blog, and it is where we post up, Leslie posts up, I do, Jess, other contributors to the site, post up wearable news and customer projects and our project videos and stuff. And so in today's news, we will be at Maker Faire on Saturday.
You definitely will be. I mean, I will be, but you're going to be very noticeable because you're going to be speaking.
Right.
People are going to be listening.
Sure. I'm speaking about
learning going on.
I'm speaking in the
discovery.
author's tent at the DIY stage at 1 p.m. on Saturday the 26th about the Getting Started with Adafruit Flora book. I'll bring some wearable electronics projects with me to demo, so if you want to come check them out, put your hands on them, and or get a book signed, you could do that there. And then in other Maker Faire news, Collin and Noe and Pedro and Tony D and Phil Lamore will be around. The first half of us will be there on Saturday, and then Phil Lamore will be there on Sunday. We'll be wandering around covering your projects for the Adafruit blog, and also trying to get some interviews with people. So if you're around, stop us and say hi. We'd love to take a picture with you or look at your electronics project, especially your wearable electronics project. That's kind of my MO.
Right on.
Tony D is looking for BeagleBone projects and Raspberry Pi projects.
I'm just looking for human, general appreciation. I love people.
So yeah, so Maker Faire is this weekend. If you don't have your tickets, you can get them still, or you can get them at the door. I think they're more expensive at the door.
I have my tickets. You should too.
I'm on both the speaker list and the press list. I don't have any tickets, but I think I have 2 badges waiting for me.
That's pretty cool.
So all of the badges. Anyway, cool. Come see us at Maker Faire this weekend. If you're not making it out to Flushing Meadows,
Yet
Queens,
another opportunity for in-person.
but you would like to hang
interfacing.
out with Adafruit and celebrate our components being made available in retail at Micro Center, we're doing an Atmel Adafruit meetup at the Micro Center in Gowanus, Brooklyn on Thursday. That's tomorrow afternoon. The event's going on all day from 9 to 4, I think. And Atmel is bringing their Tech on Tour tractor trailer.
No doubt.
They're doing some workshops and stuff. And then the Adafruit meetup, I believe, is from 2 to 3. Yeah, 2 to 3 p.m. Tomorrow. And then Collin's going to be there, and Tony D's going to be there, and Phil and Lamore and I will be there, and Teddy's going to be there. And we're going to have some wearable electronics projects, and we're going to be celebrating Adafruit at the Micro Center, and there's some Atmel workshops going on too. Party in the Atmel truck. Yep, me and AVR. Is that AVR dude? Do you think?
I think that is
I think it's
AVR
actually
dude.
AVR man. I saw he has an action figure I saw on Phil's desk. It's AVR man, but I
If
think
not, they didn't capitalize on it.
I think it would be funnier if AVR dude is an open source,
independently developed open source project.
Right. So I feel like they probably have to like
firmware
license.
to Atmel chips. Yeah.
Arduino, for example, is based uses AVR dude as a.
All one word. Yep.
It's a good joke, right?
I think
It's that
AVR dude would probably have a cap on backwards and
like a skateboard.
Yeah, like a can of soda or I'd hang with AVR dude.
AVR dude.
He's pretty cool.
That's what I'm gonna be for Halloween.
Yeah. Speaking of Halloween, there is a props contest, I'm pretty sure of.
Yeah, the Instructables Halloween Props Contest features prizes by Adafruit, and so if you want to win some cool Adafruit gear, I believe there's like a 3D printer in there and some other stuff, you can enter the Instructables Halloween Contest, and you write a guide, a tutorial about your Halloween prop. We give you props and then possibly also prizes. So check that out. The official rules are over on the Instructables site, and it's a pretty big contest and with some pretty big prizes, so this is the year to go all out. Just if you have an amazing Halloween project idea that's a prop, we'd love to see it.
That was really pretty good, the props for prop thing.
Thanks, Collin.
You were pretty swift with that clever idea, huh?
Is that a programming joke?
That's a transition joke.
Oh, that's a good transition. Okay.
Subtle.
Well, because you've been doing iOS development with Swift. Anyway,
I have.
this
It's
would
on
be
the brain.
Swift of the
2.0.
Taylor variety, and she's wearing some Adafruit NeoPixels in there. This would be in regards to the InStyle magazine, where they interviewed James DeVito and Asher Levine and their other collaborator who worked on Taylor Swift's electronic costumes
Our
for
own James
her.
DeVito.
Yes, for her 1989 tour. Here you can see her with the NeoPixel top and skirt, and then if you go to the next slide, you can see her dancers are wearing LED strip around their suits and also on their umbrellas. And the InStyle article is an interview and talks about some of the design challenges in making I make stuff and I teach you how to make it, but it's really not designed to be danced on every night for 180 performances
it's amazing
or however
how much
many.
wear and tear this must have gotten.
Right, so that's a really fun article that talks about this stuff, and also look at all the cool Adafruit stuff.
Lots of umbrellas.
Yeah, those are great.
Those are great.
In other Fashion Bright news, last week and the week before was Fashion Week. Fashion Week is long.
I thought this was a picture of that super reflective material.
Oh yeah, right.
These on bikes and stuff. It's not.
It's LED.
Right.
This would be Alec Wick, a famous model wearing this chromat Intel Curie module activated bra that has shape memory alloy in it, and it changes how much support it gives you based on your workout. But really, it's some concept fashion wearables with partnership with Intel. They had another high concept. Well, here it is on the runway at the Chromat show.
Is that an Iron Man?
I think it's a shout out, an Iron Man shout out. I watched the Chromat show. They broadcast it in VR 360. I watched it on my Google Cardboard.
How was it? Any good?
I thought the position was difficult because they put the position at the end of the runway where they loop around, and that's when it was the most jittery, when they're close to you and moving very quickly across the frame. So I was sitting in an office chair, and when you could see them from far away like this, and then they get closer, and then the camera's up high, it's probably mounted on the ceiling, and you look down and around real quick as they go around you, and you don't get
So your position was up high at the end of the runway looking down.
Right, so it would have been better if it was near the origin of the runway, so that when they turned, they were crossing, they weren't exiting the frame as quickly.
Right.
But it was still cool. I mean, I still got to see the stuff. And
very much a work in progress.
I
How
didn't
we're
have
using VR. Yeah.
Right, and I didn't have to like look over anybody's heads, which is usually a problem for me. Anyway, there's that bra. There's one more. There's one more Intel partnership
All right.
garment.
This is the shape-shifting.
Yeah, like this back metal cage thing moves based on how much adrenaline it senses the wearer is having. So like if you get spooked.
Do you know what sensor it's using for that?
It describes it.
Yeah. It's like a blood.
Yeah, it's like it's just
IV.
you just step 15. Just inject the. No, I think it's some kind of it's something else.
Okay.
I don't know though, but it says it and it describes it. But it definitely is not an injected.
Right. I believe you.
Yeah.
That'd be cool though. Make wings come out when your adrenaline's up.
Yeah, right. In other news, if this was from a previous Chromat show, you might remember they used Adafruit NeoPixels quite prominently in these two garments. So looking forward to seeing what they come up with next.
And another bits of high fashion.
Sure.
Brought to visual life.
Look at Our Lady Ada in Untitled magazine, the Girl Power edition. Very fancy fashion looking with our celebration spectacles and the floral umbrella. It was like Lady Gaga and Taylor Swift all in one right there.
Bang. This issue was all, I was reading it's actually, all the writing is done by women and all the contributions, yeah.
Super cool. So pick up a copy of Untitled magazine. You can learn more about it on the blog also.
Sweet.
It's a very fashion-y episode today.
It is.
Speaking more about fashion, do you remember?
I like his pins. Those are nice pins.
Yeah, they are nice pins. You have a nice. Your pins on
took
your
it
other
off for the
jacket.
show.
Yeah. So Zach Posen did that Made with Code collaboration with Maddie Maxey, who designed the NeoPixel Zach Posen dress with the animations made by the programming girls. And we got an interview with Maddie about the dress, and it's on the site. You can read it. You can watch her Made with Code profile. You can learn more about the dress. She goes into, she even provided a complete bill of materials for the dress. And
nice. I haven't seen it yet.
it's nice. And answers some questions about the dress and gives some advice for designers, and it's very nice. So
she looks very nice. She looks friendly.
She's very friendly and did a great job on that dress. So it was really fun to read more about it and learn more about it. This week in customer projects,
I thought this was a Pip-Boy at first.
it looks a little bit like a Pip-Boy, and it was inspired by a Pip-Boy, a Star Trek communicator, and other retro communication devices from various media. This was by DJ Harrigan, who works at Instructables, and it uses a bunch of Adafruit parts. It has a phona in there, so it's actually a phone, can make and receive phone calls with an Adafruit OLED display and some buttons and knobs. And I love
Gorgeous.
that. Yeah, that veneer, wood
One
veneer.
wood patch. There's actually a purpose for that. It's human comfort. Remember natural organics. I think it was David Bowie who said, in the future, we're just going to have a block of wood at home on our sterile environment table just so we can come home and touch organic materials.
Didn't you see that crowdfunding computer that's just a block of wood with all the stuff inside and the LEDs shine through the very...
I didn't, but it's going to be huge.
It's a block of wood computer. Anyway,
Learning
check
every
out
day.
DJ's communicator watch on Instructables. Very excellent.
And then check out a bagpipe. If you thought the sound of bagpipes were hard to miss, the visual of bagpipes now accompany. I always liked bagpipes. My
Me too.
family, we'd have them sometimes at family events and that kind of thing. Sometimes.
I'm Scottish. I like bagpipes. I also like
Maybe-
Elaine pipes and other really considered annoying Celtic instruments.
Maybe this could get people to like bagpipes more.
I just love this
No,
project. So
this
this is
is
from
cool.
forum user Mohawk Piper, very apt username, and he modded up his bagpipes to have these NeoPixels in them, and then there's different animation modes. They do up, and then they also do across the different pipes.
Oh, depending on the sound?
Depending on the mode he switches,
Oh,
the
the mode he
animation
switches.
mode, yeah. But all related to the sound, and super cool project.
Yeah, and the diffusion he's getting, you mentioned before, was really sweet. I mean, he didn't build that into the... I'd have to look. At his
Yeah, I know,
project
right?
more.
I want to see more pictures, and I want
Yeah.
to see a tutorial about how that's in there. But if the nodes were clear-ish plastic to begin with, then maybe it's not as ambitious as we thought, reconstructing the whole bagpipes.
I don't know. I
I
still
don't
think
know,
it's
right?
pretty wild.
I don't know. Crazy.
Yeah.
Good job, Mohawk Piper. Love your project.
Beautiful. And Adafruit Daily.
Do you remember, Colin, that we launched this daily tips newsletter?
I remember there was a little bit of friendly rivalry going on with some.
Oh, between the
current
wearables one and the
topics.
maker business one?
I remember getting
A newsletter?
newsletters, multiple newsletters, reading them. enjoying
Adafruit
them.
Daily is our daily newsletters site, and you can sign up for newsletters of varying topics. Right now we've got a wearables one, a maker business one. We're almost ready to launch our 3D printing one, and then we'll also have a general electronics tip one. So you can head over to adafruitdaily.com and sign up for whichever ones you want. We're partial to wearables, of course, so please sign up for the wearables. For instance, I show there's a sample tip. Could you show the viewers the sample tip?
Yes. Just a taste.
This is what the emails look like. They're very short and sweet with a picture and a tip. This tip is that you can use conductive hook and loop, aka Velcro, as a switch for, say, turning on some lights when you open your purse.
My mom still wants that project. I have to make that for her.
Tutorial on the
She came up with
Adafruit
the
learning
idea by
system.
herself years ago. I have to do it.
It's a good project. So sign up for the Adafruit tip, the wearables tips newsletter, adafruitdaily.com, please.
Okay.
Thanks.
I will.
Okay, good.
I did already.
Thanks, Collin.
And the masks.
This is today's
Masquerading
debut
appropriate.
project. We're getting into Halloween already, because why not? And today's video is about these. I don't want to spoil it for you.
These are quite elegant.
Thanks. Let's learn more about them.
Let's take a closer look.
Today we'll adorn a few masquerade masks with LEDs and Gemma, Adafruit's tiny wearable microcontroller. I picked up a few masks at my local Halloween store, looking for ones with extra space for attaching batteries and good structural support. We'll make a few designs at different skill and commitment levels. Let's get started. Starting off simple. You can connect up LED sequins directly to a battery pack and skip the microcontroller altogether if basic accent lighting is your goal. Sketch your LED layout and then solder it up with 30-gauge silicone-coated stranded wire to a coin cell battery pack with a switch. Depending on what your mask is made from, you can use craft glue or a needle and thread to put everything in place. On this next one, let's use some addressable Flora NeoPixels. If your mask has fabric on the front, you can sew these with conductive thread, but I think it's easier to construct the circuit off the mask with wire and then attach it to the mask. Use foam or Velcro tape to attach Gemma and a small li-poly battery to the back of the mask, somewhere where they won't smush up against your face. By programming Gemma, you can make these NeoPixels any color you want, or animate in different patterns. Start with our Arduino sample code, and then dive deeper into the many NeoPixel projects on the Adafruit Learning System. Since they all use the NeoPixel library, you can remix and revamp animations for your own projects. To get super fancy, you can 3D print some NeoPixel diffusers in flexible filament. We've published files for a few different styles. To add some interactivity to this party, we'll add a microphone to this mask. Then we can use the volume data to affect the brightness of these LED sequins. This one is the Electret style mic with a built-in preamp. Wire the output pin up to Gemma's analog input. And the LEDs to a PWM output. Load up the Arduino sketch from the project tutorial, and now we've got a mask that pulses with the music. And there you have it, electronic masks for every level of skill and time commitment. They're really fun to make as a group for Halloween or Mardi Gras or your own masquerade ball, and I can't wait to see yours in the forums or on our weekly show and tell hangout on Google+. Thanks so much for watching, and subscribe for more wearable electronics from Adafruit.
That was good.
Welcome back. Thank you. Here we are wearing these masks. What
I'm
are
Collin.
you wearing?
This is Becky. It's still us. Sort of. I feel different.
You feel different?
Yeah. I feel like I have a mask on.
I have a mask on too. If you want to learn how to make these, you can check out the tutorial on the Adafruit Learning System. The link is in the description of the show today, and also on the show notes on the blog if you're watching it there. Yeah, these are super fun. I look forward to
I feel like I need to make a prediction.
fortune teller.
Yeah, I'll work on it. I'll get back to you.
Okay, I'm gonna take my mask off because it makes my eyes water a little bit.
I'm not.
Okay, great. All right, well that's fine. Wearable electronics with beaded Collin face and Becky's turn.
I predict a great height will be reached. Like 19 million views on YouTube. That must have been it. I have a tash on my mouth too.
The YouTube channel breached 19 million views recently, so thank you guys all for watching all of those videos over and over again, because now there are
Seriously.
19 million views.
Thank you. A lot. It's appreciated.
If you would like to support us even further, you can use the discount code.
I just can't fathom that many views. I can fathom the discount code.
Discount code is 10% off your whole order, excluding gift certificates and software. Expires 11:59 p.m. tonight, and it is Maker Faire.
Maker Faire. And it is also the component of the week. Do you remember what it is? I'll give you a hint.
Yeah, we got to step it up here, Collin.
Okay.
The,
Putting some pepper on it.
yeah, put some pepper on it.
On my light blue bean.
The component of the week is the light blue bean. That's the name of this product. It is a Bluetooth low energy Arduino microcontroller that you program with your phone or tablet, and it's got a light sensor on board, an accelerometer. Sorry, not a light sensor. A temperature sensor, an accelerometer, an RGB LED. It's got an Amiga 328 processor, so that's like an Arduino Uno, and it's operating at 3 volts. It has 6 digital I/O pins available for you and 2 analog pins available for you on its little prototyping area, and it's powered by a coin cell battery, which is in the next picture.
It's a full plate right there.
So it's like this tiny little Arduino board but the real kicker that makes it different from like the Adafruit BLE Micro or something would be that it has this app programming environment that you use on iOS or OS 10.
Right. I've enjoyed their software. I've used it.
Or Windows 8, but not Windows 7.
Right. And I mean, there's lots you can do with it.
Yeah, there's some of the easy sample projects that are on their site.
Blink, a cross-platform favorite.
Such a favorite, yeah. RGB LED pulse, serial loopback, serial pin notifier, and some other things. And then you can get into some more advanced projects by adding your own sensors and components to the prototyping area, like making it into a theremin or an evil LED goat.
Evil LED goat, which is one of the top requested projects for newcomers.
But you can also, play audio from an SD card, make an automatic bike light or a smartphone controlled door lock, all kinds of fun like wearables IoT sort of projects with the light blue bean now in stock in the Adafruit shop.
And maybe you could even graduate to a smart LED goat. I'm not sure. The code today for a discount code, our
Maker
discount
Faire.
code today is Maker Faire. It's
10%.
true. And it's 10% off anything in the Adafruit store, excluding the gift certificates and software, close parentheses. Expires at 11:59 p.m. I'm sure you know that now.
All right.
Okay.
Moving right along. We got to jam through. We have a bunch of questions.
I'm moving the spotlight over to a certain material. It's
Materials.
conductive filament by Protopasta. Don't eat.
Do not eat. Is not real pasta,
Pasta.
despite product imaging showing it in a bowl
Yeah.
like a licorice noodle.
Oh, licorice.
Gross. Colin, do you want my black jelly beans?
Yeah.
All right.
And your black Necco wafers.
Okay,
They're really gray.
They're gray. Well, they're black, but they're gray, and because they're powdery. I love Necco wafers.
Where?
They're like flat.
You have black jelly beans?
No, I wish I did. We can go get some later.
It was a teasing thing.
I'm sorry, I don't have any candy at my desk right now.
I'm taking my mask off.
Oh.
No black jelly beans.
Anyway, if you want to know what can you make with this stuff, well, Noe and Pedro have like an LED tester tutorial, and then you can also use dual extrusion to make something like this, like with Ninja Flex, because the conductive PLA is rather flexible, so they have a dual extrusion project where they make this LED like raver glove.
This is a good one.
And they have a video. You
spooky.
can check it out on the learning system. It's a good Halloween project and a good project for testing out your dual extrusion on your whatever printer you're using now.
Yep.
There's so many printers. I can't even.
Be on your. What are you gonna list them all? No.
Yeah, right now.
That makes sense. So you can,
Your Flash Forge Creator Pro or whatever.
okay. Your Object
just
Dog.
wanted to prove-
Object Dog. That's a new one.
To prove to the audience that I know which printers have dual extrusion.
You rattled one off. You gold star for the day. If you'd like to pick up some printable conductive filament, well, it's conductive filament and it's printable, of course, from Protopasta. You can use the discount code Maker Faire in the Adafruit store for 10% off. All right, you feeling like a little bit of Q and some of the A?
Yeah, sorry.
Then it's coming. Q and A.
If you have questions about wearable electronics, you can ask them at any time in the comments now. I promise I'm gathering them up for later. And then also just in the comments of any YouTube video of ours, and on the Google Plus events for the show, and on Twitter, and on the Adafruit blog, and on the forums as well. And I will queue them up for a future show and put them in the Stinky Burn hat, and later we'll draw a winner, and you get your questions answered. So it's a pretty good deal. Ask as many questions as you like about wearable electronics. Save your non-wearables questions for more in Ask an Engineer, and that's how we play.
It's a good game. Let's spin the wheel. Danon?
I don't know.
Alexander writes, "Hey guys, what kind of wire did they use to make the Made with Code LED dress? On the part display in the video, it looks like there's some kind of solder wick. Is that indeed what they use for the wiring? Solder wick? It's a good question.
Yeah, that is a good
I was
question.
wondering the same thing when we saw that image. I thought it
Sure.
was pretty wild.
So there's some prototyping images shown in the video that we posted
With
from
copper
the,
braid.
Right,
a
copper
solder
braid
wick.
and NeoPixel soldered to it. And if you read Maddie's interview, which I had teased earlier, you'll see that she started out prototyping with solder wick and the individual NeoPixels, but then switched to NeoPixel strip for the ease of like prototyping with the spacing. You don't have to solder each individual pixel,
Sure.
and then the connections are insulated, so you have less shorting out problems. And so, because the dress is a high fashion, elegant thing that you're not like going rock climbing in, the NeoPixel strips stay relatively unbent and can display the nice gridded animations.
I like the idea of prototyping with solder wick, though. It's like a heck of a bus bar to use.
It's it'll put can deliver a lot of current if you're pulling it.
It'll
yeah.
take care of you in the capacity department.
But
yeah.
it's uninsulated, so if you get sweaty or whatever, it's not really.
Not good for in the field
No.
kind of work. Sean writes, I like the design of the plush gamepad, and I want to make it smaller and add in more inputs. Could this be possible using the Flora and the 12-touch capacitive board? Feel like this could be possible, but more challenging with sewing onto the capacitive board, capacitive touch board. Right.
Yeah, sure. You can hook up. Here's the picture of that board. Sean's talking about the Adafruit 12-key capacitive touch sensor breakout, and you can hook that up to the Flora, and it'll get you.
It's modular.
Because there's only 8 pins you can use on the Flora for cap touch buttons, so this would increase that number to 12 or more, because you can install I don't remember how many pins this uses, but not 8 on the Flora, so you could potentially have more than one of these and then have 24 inputs. Anyway, yeah, you can do that, and you can see how the regular header pins or headers are. Sorry, the what are those called? The holes on the PCB are like regular,
Pads?
pads. Thank you. Are spaced regular for header pins, but you can sew to them if you're just careful about your stitching, or you can solder wires to them, pull the wires out farther away from the board, twirl the ends of your wires, and sew to those if you're not confident that you can. But I've sewn to boards like this, and you just have to be really careful about your stitching, and don't put your knot like close to the board because the traces are really close together. So I would like put my knot further away. But yeah, you can do that. And then what was the other question about this?
Oh, yeah.
That's it, right?
Other
About the
question.
concern about sewing to the cap board.
We covered that.
Yeah, go for it.
Totally possible. Totally do it.
Yeah.
Maybe a little challenge to fit that many buttons on a small
On a small pillow?
pillow.
Yeah, but I don't
Who
know what
knows?
your design is.
Maybe it's a very dense, tough,
Yeah.
rigid pillow.
Katamari Dama pillow.
Experiment, enjoy, play. Dear Team Adafruit, my name is Anna, and I'm a high school student studying design, technology, and engineering. As my final project, I'm building a solar-powered phone charger that can be temporarily attached to backpack straps. When doing the research for my project, I found Adafruit Wearable Technology. I noticed that your company works with smart textiles. I'm intending to use flexible solar panels in my project and connect them to an external battery using conductive thread. Could you please give me suggestions, advice on how to make this system work?
Sure.
That sounds doable.
Yeah, sounds like a fun project.
Yeah.
My
That'd be
advice would be to check out this very similar project, the Solar Boost Bag on the Adafruit Learning System. It shows you how to connect up the Adafruit Solar LiPoly charger to a LiPoly battery charged through a solar panel. You can just swap out the rigid solar panel for your flexible solar panel. And then this also has a component, the Power Boost 500, I think it's, not the 500C, the 500, that will then, you can plug your phone into, so you can use this as a backup battery for your phone. The one thing you said that sounds questionable to me is using conductive thread to deliver the power from the solar panel to the battery pack. You don't want to mess with conductive thread and power. It's great for like a few NeoPixels, it's great for capacitive touch sensing, things that aren't pulling a lot of amperage, but it's gonna it has resistance, so it's gonna take some of that power away and hurt the efficiency of your charging system. Also, if it's on your backpack, anything that touches it, like keys or something, it's uninsulated, so it's gonna short the circuit. It could cause problems with your battery.
It's gonna be problematic.
Just
yeah.
use wire, for sure. For sure, use
Silicone wire
wires.
is good.
Yeah, silicone is very flexible, and you can solder that onto your flexible solar panels, which then can go on your backpack straps or whatever. But this is the project that we have that's similar to that and could get you started. Take a look at it and let us know how it goes.
It's a cool idea. I like that it's removable too.
Yeah.
Hazy T writes, That's kind of a nice,
Yeah, it's a good
pleasant
username,
imagery.
yeah.
Becky, a couple questions. Could you briefly discuss how to weatherproof wearable electronics? I know there's a video out there with nail polish and some spray, but I'll be damned if I can find it. I didn't receive an Adafruit Daily wearables message on September 15th. What's up with that?
It was Colin's birthday.
It was my birthday, so everybody just took it all off. What are your thoughts on the kid in Texas who is arrested for making a clock? I don't expect these to get on in time for the 9/16 show. My bad for procrastinating.
Well, whatever. They got on the next show.
We got shows. There's shows.
HT. Yeah, many shows. All right, here's the title of that video. It's called Rugged Wearable Electronics. The reason maybe you can't find it is there's no guide for it in the learning system, and I've been meaning to make one, trust me. However, it is in other guides. Anyway, that's what it's called on YouTube. That's how you can find it right now. I promise I'll make a guide for it sooner rather than later. But it goes over the 3 C's, construction techniques, coatings, and coverings. So you can, with construction techniques, make your thing weatherproof by putting it inside something, offering some extra strain relief. Coatings, like spray-on conformal coating, clear nail polish, that kind of stuff, can protect your circuit board from moisture, like body humidity. And then coverings, like clear vinyl or waterproof materials, can protect your circuit board from the elements, like rain and stuff. So watch this video. There you go. That's what it's called.
That's the source. Rugged
wearable electronics on YouTube. Your second question. Oh, we just launched the newsletter thing. So like, because it uses like MailChimp and RSS, like we don't know why the newsletter didn't go out on your birthday, Colin, but we are looking into it. And instead, that tip got pushed into the 16th Wearables newsletter, so you got 2 tips in one day.
Okay. I didn't have time to read it that day.
It was your birthday.
Yeah, I was playing
Colin.
My nephew. Yep.
So that's why, but I promise I'm not holding any tips back from you. And we're working out the Wearables is the first newsletter on the Adafruit Daily site, so we're like using it to work out all the kinks and
a pilot.
Yeah, so bear with us. If you don't
pretty
get
prime
it,
time to me.
It's prime. Yeah, it's pretty prime time. Except the tip didn't go out on the 15th and doubled up on the 16th.
We're gonna be okay.
It's good. It's fine. And then my thoughts on the kid in Texas are like I stand with Ahmed. It's very clear by our blog post on our position about this. We sent him some electronics. A bunch of people bought gift certificates for him. Cool.
It's great that he's seen so much support. It must be really crazy overwhelming.
Really crazy overwhelming.
All right, we're giving away a prize. It's a book. It's for a question. We're gonna pick out a question. Questions are in the hat. My hand's going in the hat. I'm also narrating everything that's going on right now. Here's the winning question. Tied up in a knot. I'm gonna untie it. What would happen if I couldn't get it untied?
The show would be over.
We wouldn't send out a wearable
Table flip.
Right. I don't get that upset. Doesn't happen.
You asked what happened. Just answering your hypothetical.
It's Anna.
Anna, congratulations. So I'm going to send you a copy of this book. All you have to do is email support@adafruit.com to claim your prize. Since your question was submitted by email, I'll probably shoot you a message back. And thank you for playing. If you didn't win, or even if you did, you're welcome to ask as many wearable electronics questions as you'd like, and I would love to answer them. And you can win a prize next time, maybe. But if you didn't win and you still want a copy of this book or you want anything else from the Adafruit store, you can use the discount code MAKERFAIR for 10% off your whole order, except for gift certificates and software. Expires 11:59 p.m. tonight.
All the atoms, not the bits.
Not the bits.
So, that's all for us today, but there's more today. That's all for us from today, but there's more from Adafruit today.
Don't forget to sign up for the Adafruit Daily Wearables newsletter at adafruitdaily.com.
I won't.
If you're around later and you have a project to show off, you can join our Show and Tell Google Plus Hangout. All you have to do is write a message on the Adafruit Google Plus page event for the Show and Tell, and you'll be invited to the circle. And then you'll be invited to the event tonight and every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Show off projects, the biggest internet live show and tell, super fun. And then followed immediately at 8 p.m. by Ask an Engineer with Mr. and Mrs. Lady Ada, where she'll answer your regular electronics questions, go over new products, open source hardware news, and more.
It's a block of fine
Programming
content.
block, yeah.
And it's not just today, it's Thursday as well.
If you're interested in 3D printing, catch up with Noe and Pedro on their 3D printing show on Thursdays and 3D Thursday on the blog, all day Thursdays on the Adafruit blog. They debut a project, talk about CAD techniques and materials and printers and software packages and customer projects.
Yours is not.
It's not.
I'm
Oh,
distracted.
no, it is on. It's just really subtle. What are you talking about?
Oh, it must have been off when I was staring at you.
Really? Look at it again.
I was mesmerized by your eyes. Okay. I'm gonna go get dreamy.
Thank you
stare
guys
off into
for
space.
watching. Join us all rest of September and October long for more electronic Halloween projects. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're not already. It's free and an easy way to keep up on what videos we're launching. And thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week.
I'm gonna start wearing these normally.
Yeah, sure, all the time.